As you head into the weekend, you might notice that it's going to cost a little bit more to fill up your gas tank. AAA estimates that a gallon of gas costs almost $4 a gallon here in San Diego. And we're going to be talking about that plus so much more for the Friday Business Report. And joining us is Mira Kopik with Bottom Line Marketing and SDSU to talk about this week's Friday business news. Welcome.
Thanks, Ebony.
So when gas prices inch up, what happens to consumer spending?
Well, it depends on how much they inch up, but they've inched up 61 cents since January and 33 cents just in the last month alone. So that translates since the beginning of the year to basically $9 more per fill up. So if you fill up 4 times a month, that's $36 that you're going to spend more on gas, and you're not, maybe that's a utility bill, that's a dinner out, that's a movie. So consumers are going to start to make choices, and what it looks like is that the gas is going to continue to go up going into the summer driving season for several reasons. The first is that California tends to go to a new blend of gas, a summer blend of gas that reduces pollution when a lot more cars are on the road and it's hot. And that's about 8 to 12 cents more per gallon than the winter blend. So that's number one. So all these refineries are kind of doing maintenance. But there was a fire at a refinery in Carson last week, which took out a lot of capacity. And also, the ethanol that's used in the summer blend, there was a lot of flooding in the Midwest. They were late in planting crops, and so the ethanol part of that is also up. So all these things are factors in driving up the price.
Okay, so also this week we finally got a peek of what we could possibly see for the tech campus in downtown San Diego, set to take over the Horton Plaza property. The developers of that 1 million square foot property showed some possible renderings just this week. Is this the first step in possibly making downtown a tech hub here in San Diego?
Absolutely. That was the intent when Stockdale Capital Partners kind of bought Horton Plaza. They wanted to convert that into this tech campus to bring in 4,000 employees into downtown and really make downtown, then Sorrento Valley, and hopefully Carlsbad, 3 big tech hub areas for the city of San Diego. One of the challenges is that the grant deed for Horton Plaza requires that 600,000 square feet are retail space. Okay. And what the builder and what this developer has done is they flipped it around. They want 600,000 square feet as office space, and they showed this great new shiny design with open walkways, a lot of greenery, floor to ceiling glass, so really exciting, but they want 600,000 square feet of office space. And at the bottom, they're going to put all the retail space. And so they were in front of the San Diego Economic Development Committee to kind of explain to them if they can work that out, the city council will have to vote to change the grant deed. And if that's the case, they could begin building, and their desires to be getting people in these offices by 2020.
So finally, it's a great time to work for Bank of America. The company just announced that it's going to increase its minimum wage to $20 an hour. And one of the company's spokespeople said that basically it's time to share the wealth with the employees. Will other major companies follow suit?
You know, I think a lot of companies have pushed B of A and other banks to do so, because after the Great Recession, the banks really struggled to make profits there. There was a lot of government regulation. There was a lot of people removing funds from banks. In the last few years, banks have been insanely profitable. And one of the big areas that are targeted because of these regulations is CEO pay. So Bank of America, their CEO makes on average 250 times the median salary of a worker. Wow. So from an optics perspective, that's a major issue. Yesterday on Capitol Hill, Jamie Dimon, who's the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, he was really crucified in front of a congressional committee on trying to explain how someone can live on $16 an hour, which is the JP Morgan Chase minimum wage. So B of A is doing a couple of very interesting things. Not only are they raising the minimum wage to $20, starting $17 on May 1st and then rising for the next couple of years, they're also holding for these workers healthcare costs fixed. And with healthcare costs rising between high single digits and double digits every year, that will really be relief for these workers, because this salary actually is 3% real wage growth over inflation, which is actually a big positive.
So that wraps it up for this week's Friday Business Report. Thank you so much, Mira Kopik.
Have a great weekend.
You too.